107.5 WBLS. I have heard so much about this brother for years, actually. Somebody that I know is a very good friend of yours, and she talks about you nonstop.
That is a beautiful thing.
BJ, the Chicago Kid, is in the building, everybody.
What's going on? What's up, y'all?
Yeah, it's been doing this for quite some time, but still there's some people who do not know about you.
Yeah, very much so.
We're going to play 60 Seconds with Shayla.
Let's do it.
And have a little fun with it.
Let's do it.
Answer as many questions as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Start the clock. Who was your biggest influence?
My family.
Classic song that brings back great memories.
And I will love you so for always. That's easy. What else?
That's Atlantic Star. Who would get the credit for putting BJ on?
My brothers.
Favorite love song?
Cruz and D'Angelo. I don't know.
Where were you when you first heard your song on the radio?
I was helping a friend move into their new apartment.
Really? And it just came on?
Yep.
In Chicago?
L.A.
It was in L.A.
Yep.
Wow. Song that made you fall in love with hip-hop?
Hard to pick one.
One of them.
Cream, Wu-Tang.
Oh, favorite R&B artist out right now?
BJ Chicago Kid.
Last time you were starstruck?
Last time I saw Stevie Wonder.
Yes, fill in the blank. I'd love to do a duet with...
Stevie Wonder.
Oh, one word to describe you.
Fearless.
3 ways to a man's heart.
Honesty. I'm trying to... I don't know why I'm thinking one word. Honesty. I think... being true to yourself, knowing who you are, I think is most important, like, to me. I'm not really big off of the things that drive the outer. That's the easiest thing to fall in love with. But I think having some type of relationship with God is extremely important to me, too.
Yeah.
Very much so. So those two
I
things.
love how you all, every time I see a video of you performing, I see the heads bowed. Very good. Dinner with anyone living or dead, who would it be?
I would say dinner with anyone living or dead. I would have dinner with David Chappelle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Stevie Wonder, let's go back to that. 60 seconds over, y'all.
Okay.
But Stevie Wonder, did you sing background for Stevie?
Yeah. On one of his albums, I did a couple live shows with him as well.
Really? How did that happen? How did you get connected?
It's amazing you asked that. Kurt Franklin called me for the recording. So it's like, how did this come?
Really?
Yeah, it was for the album A Time to Love. And it was just a very beautiful situation. We ended up doing the vocals in L.A. I have an actual gold plaque for my participation on that particular project. So it's super cool.
Ow.
Yeah, really cool.
What's the most valuable piece of information you got from Stevie working with him? What did you walk away with?
What's crazy is every time I'm around him, I try to ask a lot of questions. But I think the one golden line that like kind of ties in all of the visits, all of the run-ins, all of the talks, life is like inspiration. You know, life is the inspiration. I think for all of us, not just for Stevie, but that's the one thing that kind of ties up everything. Like living and not being afraid to live is the biggest song you can ever write.
That's amazing. You also sang background for James Brown too?
Yeah, we did the Grammys with Usher and James Brown. One particular year was a beautiful situation. As well.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
super cool.
So tell me about that meeting. What did you walk away with after meeting the Godfather of Soul?
Nothing but professionalism. The guy is top tier, top shelf. What you think of him is exactly who he is and more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
It's no hair off of it. It's like he's that and so much more. But
Yes, he
he's
is.
what you thinking James Brown was. That's exactly
whatever
what he
you
was.
saw is what you got.
Yeah, he was so real.
Yeah, when he came in, we did an interview with him. He was exactly everything that I thought he was because of what I had watched over the years. I thought maybe he might come in, he might be slightly different because the public person you see sometimes is not the private person you see. Oh no, not with James. What you saw is what you got.
Yes.
Did you do Woman's World before you met him or after?
I did Woman's World after I met James Brown. At first, I thought that concept was like, my brother came up with the concept. I was like, no, leave that alone, man. And then he was like, no, man, you tripping. I said, I'll tell you what. I don't want to be the vibe killer, so I'll tell you what. Y'all get it started.
Right.
And I'd love to see how we can make this thing work. So I wasn't trying to throw the idea away. But I had to see, like, how you going to make this thing stand? Because all I know is Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a man's world. So
he put it
when
down.
they began to unfold that thing, I was like, okay, now I see something. This, a little light bulb popped up, and we began to just figure out how can we stir it to make it really what it became to be. And I think it was one of the most genius concepts that my brother possibly has came up with. I think it takes the part where he says, this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. It takes the second part and put it first and put the first part second.
Right.
So they really understand. In case you never knew, he said without a woman or a girl, and everybody only hear it's a man's world.
Right.
And that makes every man feel like crazy. But it's like, but do you read the whole scripture? Or you only read half of it?
All right now.
Yeah, we are nothing without women, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And you know what? You could tell the influences. I was listening to 1123 on the way in today. You could hear the influences.
Thank you.
By several people listening to some of these cuts. Feel the Vibe. Definitely one of them.
Thank you.
Yes, that one with the macaroni and cheese and collard greens and chicken.
Yeah, I'll be talking to our
inside.
people. I love talking to our people. I think
Yes.
it's so much value in talking to our people.
But you know what gave me chills? Because I remember this over and over, not only with my mom, but with my kids' grandmother on their paternal side, is the close the screen. You letting all my...
You let my air out. And don't let my air out, letting them flies in. That's a no-no.
And that's, hearing that line just really did something to me.
Thank you.
Made me feel that old school vibe. Of course, Too Good is one of my favorites. Too Close.
One of my favorites, yes.
I know you don't have a favorite, but which one brings a very special feeling in having written it?
I would say Today, because every day it's a different one.
Yeah.
But today I would pick Reach by Afrojack.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
I think the message is very important. I think it's from the shoes of let's just say a young rapper called Little WBLS. And we only know of him because he's done some good in his life.
Right.
He's used his talent to find someone in some building that has signed him, and he's bought his mama a house, got himself a nice little apartment. He's actually doing good for himself to be under the age of 21. But yet they make one mistake, and I think that mistake drives America to kind of like just kind of like look down on them for mistakes. And I think we forget that we were young as well. Yeah. And I think it's just beautiful to let them know that we with you, we understand. Most of all, man, learn from your mistakes, but make the best decisions possible. But most of all, keep going in the most positive way. That's what Reach is about. And I think it's just really cool to let somebody know, just keep going. Right. A lot of times we don't get that.
Everybody makes mistakes.
We do.
One of my favorites, though, happens to be Time Today.
Oh, come on now.
For more than one reason.
Come on now.
Of course.
I got time.
Okay. My baby, Scotty Beam, is
Beautiful.
the star of the video.
She
and
is.
actually, when I say that I've heard about you for years, it's through her. Thank you for being such a good friend to her. Because y'all been friends for quite some time.
Mom, you're amazing. She's amazing. I really have so much love for the both of you guys. It's truly, if y'all see my eyes, y'all know I'm not twitching, I'm not shaking. I'm so honest and so real.
Yes, you
I appreciate
are.
both of you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being so cool to her. So I did get a little snippet. But when is the video going to be released?
The video will be released in the next couple of weeks. We definitely we tightened up the last of the edits. I wanted to, of course, make sure she was happy. That's such a big thing for me. It's not I think anytime I'm incorporating another soul, another real human being, I love for them to love what we're doing together.
Right. And
so that's the last phase.
Speaking of love, you say in one of your songs that one of your friends said he's not scared to die, but he's scared of love. Would that friend be you?
No, that friend's
sometimes
not
now
me.
we be talking about a friend, but we really be talking about ourselves.
I'm asking for a friend. Are you married? Look, no, it's not that type of thing. I just think the definition of love isn't really fully understood these days. And I think because of that, it's up to me and a few others that understand this same kind of concept to kind of break it down, no matter the perspective. Continue to let people understand, because it's people that feel this thing before they even know what it is. I mean, love is uninvited, invites itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I think
right.
because of it being one of the highest emotions we can ever feel and that never dies, I think it's only right to write about it, appreciate it, love on love, you know? Yeah.
And your love for other artists shows on this album as well. Anderson .Paak, you got Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
How do you go about choosing who it is? Do you write the song first and then you say, oh yeah, I think this person is good for it? Or is it the other way around? You
It happens a little bit of both. Sometimes I meet artists that we're mutual fans of each other, but we never got a chance to work with together, and we know we're gonna do something.
Right.
And I could get back in the car and be like, "Yo, the song I just did last week is perfect. Send it," and I send the song. Or you might have a song where we recorded, and then I'm like, "Yo, Cool, you think Ross will hop on this, man?" And you know, Cool is like a cousin to Ross. Like everybody in Miami, they have a really tight knit relationship. Now, they stick together. I appreciate that. I respect that so much. But yeah, Cool put the call in, and he was like, "Yo, I know who BJ is. Let's go. Let's do it." It's been an amazing thing because I was on a record with Rick Ross with Ab Soul from TDE as well before,
Okay.
and a few other artists. But this one is mine, so it's very special to me.
Well, you know, Chicago sticks together too.
Yes, indeed, we do.
Yes, you all
Indeed.
do a lot of jumping in on top of each
Yeah.
other's songs and things of that nature.
Yeah, the features and the love is very, very necessary in Chicago.
Yes, and you're a good representation of what Chicago is all about. The tour starts in September, I understand. You're going to be here October, 21st in Brooklyn.
Yep.
You know, which I understand the tour doesn't really start until the end of September.
Yeah, we want to make sure. Honestly, right now I'm still doing promo. I'm promoting the album and
Right.
doing so many amazing things. And outside of promo, and I thank God for this, but being an artist that some people like, you get calls that doesn't have anything to do with promo, but you must attend to them when they're of that caliber. So it's a few things that kind of got us taking things into consideration and getting things together for. But we're prepping for this tour through it all, just to make
Right.
sure. Honestly, the last tour we left off was with Ro James, the R&B tour, himself and myself. So. That show was so amazing. I feel like it's only right that we take you guys another level up.
Yeah, but you know, speaking of those things that just are not planned and, you know, happen to just want to hop in there and just do things, you know, for promo, Circle of Sisters is coming up, and I think that is a place
Like, come
for
on
BJ.
Come
I
on
mean,
and let's do it.
we might have to talk about that.
You know,
'cause,
this is one of my
talking about
favorite places.
30,000 women in one
I'll be
room.
back.
Yes.
I'll be back.
Yes,
I would
September
love to be there.
7th. We'll see
I would
if
love
we
to
can
be
get BJ. But I'm going to play this single because I absolutely love it. I mean, not
Thank you.
just because Deani is on the video, but that song is amazing. Tell me the inspiration behind the single.
The single, I feel like, and even before 11/23, there's a song that I put out on the opening ceremony. It's titled "Rather Be With You." "Rather Be With You" is a song that simply describes the working class human being that realize they're trying to chase something that in life that can really change their lives, but to chase something and to be present for something means you're absent somewhere else.
Right.
So the pictures you see when somebody's taking a picture at the company party and you see the smile, my smile isn't as big as it is if you was in the picture or if I was just with you and not even here.
Right.
I always rather be with you. So the flip side of that song is time today. After the person feel forgotten about, if they feel left out, you actually take time today to reassure everything.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what time today is.
I want to thank you for taking time today.
Thank you for
And I
giving me
want
time
everybody
today.
to take time and get 11/23, which happens
Yes.
to be his birthday. Did I say that before?
Yes, you did.
November
So
23rd?
perfectly correct. So perfectly
So,
correct.
you know, take time today to go wherever you get your music and get 11/23. That's
Yeah.
BJ, the Chicago Kid. We're going to work on trying to get him to the Circle of Sisters.
Oh,
All
we
right,
need
everybody.
that. We
But
here.
thank you for taking the time
Oh,
today.
thank you so much.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
BJ, the Chicago Kid, baby.
Yeah.